I'm starting today's video in my wardrobe and I'm gonna take out all of my midi skirts, talk a little bit about what I look for in midi skirts, and then show you more than 25 ways of styling them. If you're looking for some inspo on how to style midi skirts in your wardrobe, then you have come to the right place. I've got a really good selection of different skirts on my rail. So for example, we've got this one which is longer and it's got this rib knitted pattern on it. We've actually also got a faux leather patent skirt. And then of course some of your classic florals and block coloured skirts as well. So I'm going to start off by talking about some of the things that I like to look for in a midi skirt before I go through each one and show you how I style all the skirts. The first thing I like to look at is length of a midi skirt. I tend to prefer my midi skirts between midi and maxi. So I actually find ankle length very flattering, and it's just the length that makes me feel the most tall and lean compared to a skirt that falls on the shorter side of midi. So if I just compare these two photos, I feel like you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where when I wear the longer skirt, I really do just feel so much taller, and then when I wear the shorter skirt, I do feel like it cuts me off a little bit more. The second thing I like to consider is silhouette, and for me, silhouette is probably the biggest thing in determining how versatile a skirt is. So a lot of my skirts in my wardrobe are actually a little bit slimmer in the fit. This is because I know I wear a lot of oversized blazers and oversized jackets, so I want to balance out those oversized silhouettes with something slimmer on the bottom. So these skirts just get worn a lot, and they're probably the most versatile skirts in my wardrobe. I know that if I have an A-line or fuller skirt, it's more likely that I won't be wearing these with my usual jackets. I will wear them in the summertime when I only have to wear a tank top or a t-shirt, because if I do too much layering with these fuller skirts, it can sometimes feel too voluminous and not as flattering. I still do it sometimes because I can think of cases where I do wear my oversized jackets with these skirts, but it's not as ideal. If you wear a lot of sneakers, I wanted to mention that I definitely prefer a very straight fit skirt as opposed to something that flares out and has all the visual weight on the bottom. So if you can imagine wearing this with sneakers, the whole outfit feels very balanced proportionally. Whereas if you wear a skirt that flares out a lot with sneakers, then the skirt already has heaviness on the bottom, and then you combine that with a chunkier shoe, and I feel like often it just feels like the weight and the proportions of the outfit is slightly off. I've done a blog post which I'll link down below where I've put together all of my favorite midi skirts out right now. If you've been looking for a new midi skirt, or if you are just looking for some brands to try, hopefully that blog post can give you a bit of a starting point. I'm gonna move on now, talk about all of the skirts as well as show you how I style them into different outfits. My first one here is from Joseph, and this is one that I recently purchased on the Joseph website in the sales, and I believe it is still currently on sale. This is a gorgeous cobalt blue and black colored skirt, and it's a long line silhouette with a slit on the side. I was worried that it was going to be too long, and once I received it, I actually really liked the length, as well as the fact that it's just incredibly flattering on. I find this slit really versatile because it doesn't come up too high. It just comes to the knee area, and you can wear it on the side but also turn it around slightly to wear on the front. I've been wearing this skirt non-stop lately, and one of the ways I've styled it is with this top right now. So I've worn these two pieces together and I feel like they go really well because they're both quite minimal, modern pieces, and I also like the simple color combination as well. Another way I've worn this skirt is with a navy cardigan, so this time going for a tonal look that is a little bit darker in the color palette. This type of look is very understated, but I feel so comfortable in this look and I feel like it's very my style. So it's definitely an outfit that I will be repeating very often. For a slightly less modern and more feminine pairing, I would absolutely wear this with my white Cezanne cardigan. I really love this white Cezanne cardigan with different skirts, but I feel like this outfit is the perfect balance of being modern and feminine. This skirt is very easy to style for evening out, so for a night out, I would just do a simple silk cami top and then just change up my shoes for some heels. And I feel like this is so easy to take from day to night. If I wanted to wear this with sneakers, then what I might do is that I might roll the waistband down. So by doing that, I slightly shorten the skirt, which I think looks a bit better when worn with sneakers. I might also move the side slit to the front so you can see a bit more leg, which I also think is really flattering, especially when we're working with a chunkier shoe like a sneaker. If this is a skirt that you're interested in, it's still on sale on the Joseph website the last time I checked, so I will have it linked down below. Out of all my skirts, I feel like this one really does give me that really long, lean feeling, and as someone short, it's not easy to do that. So this skirt is really one of the more flattering skirts that I have in my collection. I'm gonna move on now to my floral and printed skirts. So I've got 4 here, but I'm only gonna style 2 of them because honestly, I style these in exactly the same way. My first one here is from Cezanne, and this is a very pretty pink silk midi skirt. I feel like this is one of the earliest midi skirts in my collection, and it's what got me hooked onto midi skirts in general. My next one here is from Whistles, and this one has a very unique color combination of orange and black. From afar, it kind of looks red, but definitely orange. And my favorite thing about this skirt is the straight silhouettes. I find it very flattering, as well as the fact that it's got 2 side slits, and it just has a nice movement as you are wearing it. In all 3 of my outfits, I decided to style this skirt with sneakers because, as I said earlier, the really straight shape of this skirt just means that it feels very balanced when I wear it with sneakers. I do very simple combinations that I actually wear all the time. So for example, a navy cardigan I think looks really cute with this skirt. I wear a lot of blues and navies, and I think that really contrasts the orange color very well. I also style this skirt with a stripe, and the reason why I chose this stripe over some other stripes is that this one feels a bit more minimal. The stripes are further apart, and it just feels a little bit less cluttered and busy in comparison. I also style this skirt with a plain blue sweater. Overall, I do like to style this skirt with more simple pieces on top, just because it is printed. I will most of the time go for something plain or block colored as opposed to printed, unless we're talking about a simple stripe for print mixing. This skirt here is from End of the Stories, and it's a very beautiful navy printed skirt. I like this one because the shape is very flattering. It's got this slight opening at the bottom, so it moves nicely as you wear it. And then the print is so simple that you just never really get sick of it. So this is something that I continuously pull out to style, and something I can see myself wearing until it really does fall apart. I feel like a lot of you guys might also have this skirt because I often get messages saying that you love it just as much as I do and wear it just as much. My last skirt is this one from Cezanne, and this is their Alicia skirt. So with their Alicia skirt, they constantly release it in different prints and in different fabrics, so the style is a bit of a classic for them. It's a wrap style skirt, and then it has a little bit of pleating on the top. It's a slightly fuller shape, especially when we compare it to something like this one. This one does have the pleats and just a little bit more material on the bottom as well. With this skirt, I've decided to style it with different colors. I've got a stripe in a really bright turquoise blue color, and I think it makes this outfit feel so vibrant and so ready for spring, summer. I would also pair this with my yellow top. I feel like yellow and black are such contrasting colors, but when you have a bit of brown in the outfit, everything does come together. And then I would also do this with my light blue t-shirt and then just lay it on some necklaces for a little bit of interest. As a general rule, I do like to wear my midi skirts with more casual tops, so t-shirts or casual sweaters. And that's just because I feel like midi skirts in themselves are a little bit more polished, and when I wear it with a top that is more dressy, I feel like I look too formal for the places that I actually go. For work, I would definitely style it with a shirt and wear any of these skirts. But for my day-to-day, which is very casual, I'll just do a t-shirt or sweater. The next skirt I want to talk about is this Tibi skirt. This skirt kind of looks very uncomfortable, kind of hot to wear, but when I'm wearing this, it's actually not too bad at all. I would never wear this in the summertime, but beyond summer, I feel like I would be pretty confident wearing this either day or night. A combination that I knew I wanted to wear was pairing a graphic t-shirt with this skirt. If I was going to a modern art gallery or just a cool restaurant, this is the kind of outfit I would love to wear. And it's dressed up, but it doesn't feel like you're going out in the evening either. Continuing on with that kind of occasion for daytime, I will pair this skirt with a stripe. Stripes for me is such an everyday basic item, so when you wear it with something crazier like this skirt, the outfit still has that everyday feeling. What I don't want is for the top to be crazy, the bottom to be crazy, and then it kind of looks like a costume or too trendy, whereas worn this way, I feel like the outfit still feels very realistic and wearable. I'm not a very fancy dresser for the evening, so I'm always wearing things like a cardigan, a sweater, so this skirt just adds a little bit of coolness to my basic pieces like a cardigan. I would also wear this with a darker shirt or a darker blouse. Anything simple like that, I think will just go so well with this skirt for evening time. This skirt over here is from End of the Stories, and I'm realizing now that I have a lot of darker skirts in black or navy. So it's nice to have a white or slightly off-white option. The skirt might look very simple and average, but I really think that there are some very special things about the skirt that I like. Mostly it's about the fabric. This viscose linen blend fabric means that it's very light and cool to wear in the summertime, but it's got this weight to the fabric that makes it drape nicely. I think with simple things, drape can really make all the difference to how this piece looks and whether it feels luxe or not. So this has beautiful drape, which I really like. Another thing is that I don't really wear this skirt with sneakers. Same thing as what I said before, because when the volume is already at the bottom and then you add sneakers, it really does make my body look like one big triangle, and there's just not a lot of balance happening. When I do style this skirt, it's usually for warmer weather, and I'll just pair it with something like a t-shirt or a tank top instead. I really do love to style this skirt with a lighter color palette. Things like that turquoise striped top I think just looks so beautiful with this skirt, and it's just the epitome of a spring-summer look. I would also do things like the graphic t-shirt. I've worn this skirt with the graphic t-shirt quite a few times and I love it every single time. And it's because the skirt is so feminine in terms of the drape and the silhouette, and I like the graphic t-shirt as a bit of an edge to the look. If I was feeling like a more minimal look, I would just pair it with something like the top I'm wearing right now, and we get a very simple, understated outfit. If I was craving a little bit more color with this skirt, then I will pair it with my yellow top with the buttons. This way, it's a very light and summery outfit, but we've still got a little bit of color added in. Other than sneakers and other than oversized tops, I really feel like this skirt would just go with most things, and it's another one of the skirts that I just reach for constantly in my wardrobe. This skirt here is from AJE, and it's a simple black skirt, but there are some details that I really like about it. So firstly, it's got these vertical lines running down the skirt, and anytime a skirt has vertical lines, it will always make you look taller and it will be more elongating. And the same thing can be said about this skirt at the beginning. It's got those vertical lines, and it's just very flattering when it does have those lines. I also like that this material is heavier. I find that slightly heavier materials can look very flattering, and it really does hide a lot of things when you're wearing something slightly thicker or heavier. Which is not to say this skirt is very hot to wear or anything like that. The material just has a little bit more weight to it. Something I really appreciate about this skirt is how easy it is, like so many of my skirts, to take from day to night to work. And this skirt really can do it all. So in the outfit, you can kind of see my casual look. I'm wearing it with stripes and then sandals. It's so appropriate for any casual setting. Going one step up for something that is slightly more polished, I might do my sparkly t-shirt and then pair it with some nude sandals and then a little top handle bag. If I wanted to make this into a work outfit, I would do something as simple as wearing it with a black top, whether that's a t-shirt, a sweater, or a shirt, and then also styling it with loafers. This is the type of piece that I really appreciate in my wardrobe, and I wish all of my pieces were like, because it makes it so easy to get dressed. You can wear it for any occasion, and it's just a matter of what you pair it with. This skirt over here is a bias cut silk skirt, and it's from Mathews. Anything with a bias cut is meant to be very flattering because it just falls over the body in a very flattering way. A bias cut will often have a little bit of stretch, and that's the reason why bias cut skirts often don't have a zipper and you can just kind of pull them straight up. It has a little bit of a raw hem, which I think is a nice detail. But other than that, it's a very simple skirt. So the reason why I like these skirts is because they are flattering, being that they're cut on the bias, but they're also quite a slim shape. So it works really well with the oversized pieces that I like to wear. If there's anything oversized in my wardrobe, I don't know what to wear it with, there's a good chance I will pull out this skirt. My navy blazer I think goes really well with this skirt for a tonal look. I would do it with my cream blazer for more balance because that cream blazer is a little bit boxy. So I like it with the more slim shape of this skirt. And then even things like an oversized loose shirt, I would pair with this skirt. One thing about this skirt is that I never tuck anything into it. It's very unflattering because of the thinner material. So I will always just tuck it back into my bra, but more often I'll just leave it out over the skirt. This is another skirt from Mathews, and this one recently went into the sales, so I decided to order it and see how I would get along. I had on my wish list for a while, but I was just never 100% sure. On receiving this skirt, I think that it's a very beautiful color combination. The material, the shape of it, everything is really quite stunning, but I also know that this shape of skirt is probably one of the least versatile skirts in my wardrobe. I feel like with this kind of skirt, you really can't wear jackets and outerwear as easily because it starts to look very wide and voluminous. I still have the tags on this skirt, and I've just been umming and ahhing over whether I want to keep it because it is a skirt that I can only wear, I feel like, for very specific occasions and days, as opposed to something like this where you could literally wear any time. I decided to style it in a few ways to kind of see if there was enough versatility, and honestly the three looks are quite similar. I will wear it with a simple beige tank top for a very neutral look. I will do this top that I'm wearing right now, and then I would also do something like a light blue t-shirt. And honestly, beyond these pieces, I don't know what else I would wear with this skirt because it would have to be quite form-fitting and quite slim to balance out the very structured, very voluminous shape. I would love to know what you think of this skirt, but I am leaning towards no, just because if something is going to take up space in my wardrobe, I kind of want it to be a little bit more versatile and to be able to wear it in different ways. Leaning towards no, but not completely sure yet. I recently also came across this beautiful silk skirt from Joseph, and this is a skirt that I've had on my wish list for literally years, and I saw it in the sale and I just really couldn't resist. It hasn't arrived yet while I'm filming this video, but I think it might arrive soon, and if it does, I'll show you how I style it into different ways. But that is a skirt that I've just eyed for so long, and I kind of just know already that it's going to be really amazing. So that's the kind of skirt that I feel like will have so much more versatility compared to the Lee Mathews skirt, which I'll only be able to wear, I feel like, a handful of times a year. I got this skirt in a cobalt blue color, but it does come in many different colors, but this color as well as a brighter shade of blue were the two that were on sale. I'm very excited about that skirt, so I thought I'll quickly mention that over here. Those were all of my midi skirts in my collection. I feel like I've been putting this video off for so long because I really did want to have a range of different silhouettes and styles before filming the video. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to go give it a like down below and let me know in the comments down below which skirt was your favorite. I do also have that blog post down below where I've shared a bunch of midi skirts that I really love, and if you're interested in a midi skirt, go check that one out. Have a great week ahead and I will see you next one. Bye!